Hello students, good evening. Here I am Uday Shankar Kumar and today I will start your 11th organic chemistry, right? So according to the NCERT, the organic chemistry is start from the chapter 12. If you see the NCERT, then organic part starts from the chapter 12. So to understand the organic chemistry, you should have the strong concept on the chemical bonding. Okay, and I hope all of you have the knowledge about the chemical bonding. Okay, because it is the according to the NCERT, it is the chapter 4. So already you have read this. So I think you have no problems if I will start the organic chemistry of 11th, right? But what are the main basic tools that are used to understand the organic chemistry from 11th? First of all, that I will make you understand, then I will go for step by step for the higher level. Okay, so first of all I will make you understand the concept of carbon, because you know that in the periodic table, already you have read this in the periodic table. Among all the elements, carbon has the largest catenation properties. Now, what is the catenation properties? It is the self-linkage of the atom with itself, right? So, carbon is that type of element which has the largest self-linkage properties. That means carbon has the higher catenation properties in the periodic table. So that's the main reason millions of the compound of carbon exist in the nature. Okay, now it has been believed that in the organic molecules carbon always shows tetravalency. You can remember these things always. In organic molecules, all type of organic molecules, okay, in organic molecules carbon always shows tetravalency. In all types of organic molecules, organic compounds, carbon exists as tetravalency. How? See here. Carbon has the atomic number 6. Carbon has atomic number 6. Now we can write the electronic configuration of carbon. What it is? 1s2, 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. And also you know that from the quantum theory, that is the part of inorganic chemistry, right? You know that from the quantum theory, p subshell has 3 orbitals. P subshell has 3 orbitals. What are those? P subshell has 3 orbitals. What are those? px, py and pz. Okay, so here carbon has electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, right? So also here we can write 2px, 2py and 2pz. Okay, so here 2p has only 2 electrons, so 2px has 1, 2py has 1, but there is no electrons for the 2pz. That means 2pz orbital is vacant. There is no electron in 2pz. This configuration of carbon is the configuration in ground state. Here the configuration represents the ground state of carbon. Okay, so when the atoms comes to combine with the carbon, then carbon atom get excited. And also you know from the BBT concept from the chemical bonding, when atom goes to combine with the another atoms, then central atom get excited, right? So see here, this configuration in ground state configuration. Now see the configuration in excited state. Excited state. So see here, 2s2 and 2p2. This is the outermost shell. Electrons. That is cell number 2. Okay. So in excited state, 2s electron get unpaired. 2s electron, here the 2s electron in ground state is paired, right? But when carbon atom is get excited, the 2s electron becomes unpaired. That means 2s electron is promoted to 2pz. So in excited state, the configuration looks like 1s2, 2s1, 2p, 2p3. Okay, so how it is? 2p3, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz1. Okay, now see from the orbital configuration of 2p, like that this 2px, 2py, 2pz. Here 2px has one electron and 2py has one electron and 2pz has also one electron, and 2s has one electron. So what are the looking here? There are 4 orbitals which are unpaired. Now these 4 unpaired orbitals are ready to overlap with the other atom which comes to combine with the carbon atoms, right? So what we observe here, the carbon shows tetravalency. Got it? I hope all of you understood the concept of this. In organic molecules, carbon always shows tetravalency. Okay. Now I am giving you one example of formation of CH4. Okay, formation of CH4. Formation of CH4. Okay, basically the concept is coming from the chemical bondings. Okay, formation of CH4. So here 4 hydrogen atoms combined with the 4 orbitals of carbon, because already we have seen that carbon has 4 unpaired orbitals in excited state. Okay. One S2, 2S1 and 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz1, right? Make the orbital configuration 1, 1 and 1. Now talk about the hydrogen. Hydrogen has atomic number 1, that means it has 1 electrons, and configuration is 1s1, like this. There are 4 hydrogens, so 4 hydrogen, that means 4 hydrogen, each hydrogen has 1 unpaired orbitals, only 1 electrons in its orbital. So 4 hydrogen will come to overlap with the 4 unpaired orbitals of carbon with opposite spin. With opposite spin, that concept comes from the chemical bonding. Already you know about this. So one hydrogen comes like this, another hydrogen not in the same level, like this. and this one overlaps with this one, and this one overlaps with this one hydrogen. Again this one overlaps with this one hydrogen, and again this one overlaps with this one hydrogen. So according to this, formation of CH4 occurs. We can also check it from the concept of hybridizations, but from the hybridizations already you know from the concept of the chemical bonding. So here just I am make you understand, I am telling you the how the carbon shows tetravalency. That already we have discussed with you, and all of you got it, the how the carbon shows tetravalency. Okay, now next concept is how you can calculate the number of sigma bonds and pi bonds present in the organic molecules. Okay, so it will help you to predict the hybridization of carbon atom, because of if you apply the concept of organic chemistry now to predict the hybridization, it will take the time. But for the organic chemistry, if you have the concept of sigma bond and pi bond, you can easily within a minute find out the hybridization as well as the number of sigma bond and the number of pi bonds. So that I am discussing now. Now make a notes. If there is single covalent bond, it represents one sigma bond. How it represents one sigma bond? I am telling multiple times. This concept comes from the chemical bonding. If you have the strong concept on the chemical bonding, then it will be easy to understand. Otherwise, it will be tough. Okay. So if there is one sigma bond, if there is a single covalent bond, it represents one sigma bond. If there is double bond, then one bond represents, one of the bond is pi, one pi bond, and another bond is one sigma. Yeah, you can just write one bond is pi bond, and this one is the pi bond, and this one is the sigma bond. If there is triple bond, then this one pi bond, and this one pi bond, and this one sigma bond. So what are you observing here? In single covalent bond, that represents the one sigma bond. In double bond, there is one pi bond and there is one sigma bond. In triple bond, there are two pi bonds and one bond is sigma bond. So this concept you should learn, and it helps to calculate the number of sigma bond and number of pi bonds present in the organic molecules, and then you can easily calculate the hybridizations. Okay, so by this concept you can calculate the number of sigma bonds and number of pi bonds, but it will take the times. It will take the time. So in shortcut, how it can be calculated also I will make you understand. Okay, so first of all, see how sigma and pi bond can be calculated. Sigma and pi bond can be calculated. See here, I am taking some examples. Okay, I am taking some examples. CH4, C2H2, CH4, C2H2, C2H4. Okay, now make the structure of CH4. How it is? bond H, bond H, bond H, bond H. Now see here, all bonds are single covalent bond. Already I told you single covalent bond represents sigma bond. So this one is the sigma bond. This one is the sigma bond. This one is the sigma bond. This one sigma. This one sigma. This one sigma. That means there are 4 sigma bonds present in the CH4. Here we can say that number of sigma bonds, how much? It is 4. But see here, there is no multiple bond, so here pi bond is 0. There is no pi bond present in the CH4. Now C2H2, the structure of C2H2 is like this: C triple bond C, single bond H, and single bond H. See here, already in the starting of the class I told you, in all organic molecules carbon shows tetravalency. So see here also carbon shows tetravalency. Here also this one carbon shows tetravalency. This carbon also shows tetravalency, right? So now calculate the sigma bond and pi bond, because here there is a multiple bond. Okay, multiple bond means what? Multiple bonds. If there is double bond or triple bond, then these bonds are said to be multiple bonds. Okay. So here there is sigma, here is sigma, but in triple bond, what I told you, 2 pi bonds and 1 sigma bond. So how many sigma bonds are present in C2H2? That are number of sigma bond, is equal to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now number of pi bond. How many number? 1, 1, 2. There are 2 numbers of pi bond present in C2H2. Okay. So we can also check in the structure of C2H4. How its structure? C double bond C and 2 hydrogens attached to each carbon. Looks like this. So this one is the sigma bond, this one is the sigma bond, and in the double bond, one of the bond is pi and another one is sigma, and here sigma and sigma. So in this molecule, number of sigma bond, how many? See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 numbers of sigma bond present in the molecule C2H4. Now check about the number of pi bond. Okay. Now check about the number of pi bond. How many number it is? There is only 1 pi bond present in C2H4. So answer is 1. So this is the basic method. That means we can draw the structure and then find out the number of sigma bond and the pi bond. But I am telling you shortcut method. Without drawing the structure, how can you find out the number of sigma bond and number of pi bond? Okay. All of you got it, this concept? If anyone has a doubt, immediately ask me, no problem. You can ask me multiple times. Still, you will ask when you will not get the concept of the topic. Okay. So this is the basic method. How can you find out the sigma bond and the pi bond? By drawing the structures. But I am giving the shortcut. Okay. See the shortcut. If the compound is open type, that means carbon compound is open type, and open type, that means not closed, open like structure, then number of sigma bond is equal to number of different kinds of atom minus 1. What is the formula? See here, if the case is the compound of open like structure, then number of sigma bond is equal to number of different kind of atoms minus 1. So this formula is used for calculating the number of sigma bond, and for the